Happy Tuesday, beautiful people. I have been not MIA, but a little behind task when it comes to posting the videos. And that's just due to me not really having anything to tap into or anything naturally coming to me or nothing that anyone has wanted to speak on or hear about as far as my perspective or where others may have spoken to me about certain situations. Um, I don't like to go this far into the week without posting something. And so I said, I'm going to see what just comes to me naturally, being that I don't have anything to really talk about. And a couple of things came to mind, but the main thing that came to me was just talking in general. Um, it may not make sense to you all the way that it makes sense to me, but I was like, well, we need to talk, so let's talk. And it brought me to a poem that I wrote, I think, in like 2016, maybe. I could be wrong about the date, but I wrote it years and years and years ago. It's also a poem that's inside of my book. And I just really want to share that with you guys today and then touch on that a little bit once I'm done with it. Um, and it's called Let's Talk. So let's talk. All right. So life becomes hard at times, and it's understandable that some of us, instead of fighting and trying harder, would rather give up. Why? We feel as though happiness, success, and love, amongst other things, should be given to us or shouldn't be hard to obtain because we know of someone, or maybe even a few, who did not have to go through the struggles that we have or may have to go through. We begin to hate and deceive because of being unable to accept our own fate and destiny. We never stop to think about what we really want, only what's easiest to get. How far realistically will we get in life if we continue to believe that if we dream someone else's dream, we will be able to live the way that person is living? Happily. We rarely appreciate life. We should be grateful, fully grateful to be alive, well, and able to be part of everyday being. We need to stop abusing our bodies with materialistic things and physical attractions. We need to realize that it is truly a blessing to be able to wake up and function, breathe, and just be. When will we take advantage of the access to the devices that we hold in our hands each day for beneficial awareness instead of likes, shares, and subscribes? When will we go for what we know and not just what we've been told? When will we realize that the same society and social media that's exploiting all of this glam and these empires are a drop in the bucket compared to the value of our overflow? We are living in sad times behind those selfies. Meanwhile, our youth and even adults are unable to read, write, and spell. Families have no relationships, and children are twerking and cursing more than strippers and sailors. Let's talk about the lost morals of humans instead of how to proceed at a faster pace while going around in circles. Let's talk about accountability and oneness instead of making excuses for our growing ignorance, especially when we are living in a time, space, and age where we can find out anything, practically everything, in seconds with the tap of our finger or the click of a button. Hope you're still willing to talk. So originally, that was something that was created for the moms that were at the first shelter that I worked at. Um, with what they were going through and everything that was happening around them, they were so consumed with their phones and their likes and shares and subscribes and just things that they were interested in. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being judgmental, but there were children around them that needed to be taken care of. There were meetings that they needed to be going to. There were things they needed to be focused on, or let me say, should have been, or could have been focused on more so than what was inside of those phones. As far as finding a place to live, finding a job, finding a better way, aside from the way that they were going, which didn't have them in a place of happiness. It had them in a place of discontent. Um, and I always, always, always just love to talk about where they are and where they can be and where they want to be with them, and then ask them what they're doing to get there right now. Because a lot of times they get lost. And don't get me wrong, we all do. And it's not just the moms, it's people in general, you know. Um, we just really, really get caught up in everything that's going on around us and everything that we see and everything that people tell us that we should do and bring to our attention, and we think that, or we'll see it and it attracts something within us that makes us want that. um, I am thankful to say that I've always been that person that never, ever, ever wanted to be like anyone else. So it's like if this new sneakers came out, of course I want some new sneakers too. But I'm definitely not getting the sneakers that everybody else is wearing. I'm just that eyeball. I've always been that way. And I'm thankful for that because it's taught me and helped me become and stay an original person, as far as my individuality. Um, very, very thankful that I'm that way and just always had that in me to just be different. Um, and I don't expect everybody to be like me. I just know that it's more beneficial when you're not trying to be like someone else. Um, that's really it. Um, I really want everyone to get out of this specific video, um, to be yourself and don't go chasing someone else's dreams. Um, let that be an inspiration for you, but make sure that you are, paving your own path and creating your own destiny and going on your own journey. And don't get me wrong, you're going to pick people up along the way. People are going to want to come with you along the way, but just make sure that you stay focused on what it is that you're doing. So if they're along for the ride, uh, they don't get caught up in what you're doing. Do your own thing, allow them to come along and do their own thing because everybody's different. But just try to stay independent when it comes to your thoughts and your goals and your dreams and what you know you should be doing as far as your path and purpose. Um, I guess social media kind of made it cool to be a follower. It's so weird. Anyway, I love y'all. Have a good week. Be kind and love one another and be your own person the best way that you can. My quote is yourself at best is the best self to be. And that means yourself at best, not someone else's self at best. Who you are at best is the best person to be because it's true. I love y'all. Peace.